This is Epic Groupcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Steven.
It's Jordan.
And Lawrence.
Okay, today we're going to change gears and do something a little bit different. We've done several podcasts about our favorites, just so you could get to know us. Today, we're each going to have a topic that we're going to discuss. I'm going to discuss the possibility of a Wonder Woman movie and how easy I think it would be. Steven's going to be talking about World War Z. Jordan will be talking about The World's End. And Lawrence, the iPhone 5.
iPhone 5S and 5C. iPhone.
All right. Well,
start us off, Anthony.
I love Wonder Woman.
Well, after an intro like that, I didn't want to eat up all the time. But, okay. So I was online the other day and I read a tweet. I don't really remember who it's from. So if he's listening, forgive me. But basically it said that DC and Warner Brothers is all like, Wonder Woman's too complicated a character to put on the big screen. And Marvel Disney is all like, here's a raccoon with a machine gun. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that Wonder Woman's not that complicated, especially not if they go with something closer to the New 52 version of Wonder Woman.
I don't understand how these two are related. The machine gun chipmunk and
just Warner Brothers making an excuse of like, we can't make a Wonder Woman movie. It's not as simple as Batman and Superman. Right. And Marvel is like, hey,
here's
we've
anything.
Done Thor, and we have Bradley Cooper being a raccoon.
That's a big seller too. It's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
his voice.
Yeah.
First of all,
it's Bradley Cooper's face on a raccoon. Actually,
why would a Wonder Woman story be more difficult to tell than a Superman story?
Well, I will say that right now, with the way they set up Man of Steel, it was a very realistic world. So I think it would be hard to include Wonder Woman. But
he's like a superpowered alien.
Right.
So, like, first of all, we have to suspend our disbelief already. we can throw a Wonder Woman in there
and
be like,
aliens
hey!
invading Earth.
So the thing is she lives on Themyscira, Paradise Island, and there's no mention of anything like that. So it would have to be hidden or cloaked.
But isn't it
right
already that in the whole mythos of Wonder Woman?
I think it was hard to find. I don't remember.
I feel like in a world where there's satellites everywhere around us, we need some kind of magical cloaked island to get away with it.
Right. Yeah. I think that would be important.
Make her from a different planet. Who cares?
No,
I know you do, but
I think people would be more.
In the new 52, she's
just
like
explaining
a Greek goddess,
explaining that like I live on an island. You guys don't know about it. It's secret. I mean, I'm sure there are still islands that are that have
islands
not been
show up
discovered
every day.
Exactly.
Volcanoes and stuff.
Well, see, here's...
I'm with Jordan. Volcanoes. That's just
and
how
stuff.
we explain it.
And stuff.
Just like the movie opens with the volcano erupting and how
and
pops
life
Wonder
is
Woman.
already there. It's actually Atlantis that comes up to the surface.
Well, then you ruined Aquaman.
And now Aquaman.
That's okay.
That's okay.
No, it's actually the setup for Aquaman because only half of it rises.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. Here we go.
They're brother and sister.
You got my money.
That's the twist.
Take it.
Act 3. I just wrote it.
Here's what you do.
Give this man a check.
You start off with Steve Trevor flying his plane and have a thunderstorm or something. Lightning strikes his plane. No Bermuda Triangle. Lightning strikes his plane, goes down. You can use Bermuda Triangle for Aquaman. Okay?
You're just writing two movies. Just stick with one.
Zeus shows up on Paradise Island, and he's dying.
Wait, is he on the plane or off the plane?
Zeus just shows up because he's a god.
Just shows up.
The plane
In
crashes.
the plane.
You don't see what happens. Like, you...
Oh,
New scene.
Okay, I was on the plane. I'm still on the plane.
Plane crashes, new scene. Zeus shows up on Paradise Island. He's dying.
Can we have Zeus be played by Anthony Hopkins?
No, Zeus needs to be played by Liam Neeson.
That's true.
Bring it all around. Bring it back around.
Yeah, full circle. So you got Liam, or Zeus, dying.
And he's dying.
He's dying. And he's talking to Hippolyta, Queen of the Amazons. And he tells her, my brother Hades has done this. You have to send a family member to kill him. Our daughter,
Is that
Diana.
when they have sex and have
No.
Softcore.
No. Yeah.
She's already born at this
So,
point.
like, the island's already hidden, and she
Not
receives her blessing upon his death. So that explains why she hasn't been killing all the other Amazons.
Wait, so you're killing off a very powerful god in the beginning of the movie? Can't Steve Trevor give him CPR?
No, so we kill off Zeus, right? And then...
I think it would work.
Then he's been the one who's been...
related. I mean...
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's her dad.
Oh. I mean, I know that Zeus is. I get
Zeus
that.
is her dad. So Zeus dies, and then Themyscira can be seen by man. Steve Trevor washes up,
Okay.
So then she's got to take him back. But the important thing to do with Wonder Woman is don't have her be a swimsuit model and stripper boots. Just, she's a Greek warrior. Put her in armor in something that would look like it belonged on the battlefield.
I think they should do her costume prior to the New 52 with like the blue pants and like the jacket and stuff like that.
See, I don't even think she needs pants. I think that she just needs that leather
I
skirt.
think she needs
I don't think she needs pants
I'm
either.
kind of agreeing. With the
I don't see the need for pants. I mean, if we're just completely honest.
Instead of the hooker boots, go with like the shin guards and sandals like a Greek warrior would wear into battle.
Shin guards.
Or goalie.
And that would make sense with
like a hockey team.
Yeah.
She wears a goalie mask and it's got like a puck inside of it.
It's time to get Greek.
So then the bracelets and the crown don't look as off if the rest of the outfit matches.
But then you just angered. I'm very surprised that you're the one saying
Right.
this.
Mr.
Because you're
Continuity.
usually like, man, Wonder Woman's got to have like the underwear with the
Right.
stars.
Yeah.
But it's
and
got to
the
also
boobs
work on
popping out.
film. And so, Man of Steel didn't have underwear on the outside. I mean, if you can update Superman
'cause the
and if
new
you can
52
update
Superman
Batman,
didn't.
I know, but Adam West...
They didn't really
we're-
update Batman.
No, they did when they went to Michael Keaton. He wasn't running around the Adam West costume.
Well, yeah.
So
'Cause it was
if
a
they can
serious
do
movie,
that...
not funny serials.
Right, they should do more serious
I don't know.
on the Wonder Woman end.
You need to make her look like Wonder Woman, I think.
But have her fighting Hades, right, as the
Yeah.
bad guy, so he can summon the dead, so she can use her sword to kill the zombies, and no one really cares because they're zombies. And
Wait, they're zombies?
yeah, because it's Hades. He's the Lord of the Underworld.
Okay, all right.
So he can just resurrect
Yeah,
all
they-
kinds
they
of
can just
soldiers
pop
to
them
fight
up.
her,
Yeah, pop
like
them
in
up
the middle of
wherever.
New York,
Okay.
Yeah.
and anywhere there's dead buried.
I'll buy into
Okay.
that. I can
And
see
so
that.
she could be killing them with her sword, and that'd be all cool.
See, my thing is like, it frustrates me that Warner Brothers says that she's a complicated character because
Right.
she is Thor with boobs.
Well,
And
make
instead
Clash of the
Hammer-
Titans. I mean,
Yeah, that's a no horrible movie. Horrible movie. No,
But along the
pass.
same lines.
I hate Thor, but I will be on the bandwagon if Thor was made okay.
right.
Like it was an okay film.
I liked
You know what? I
Thor.
liked it.
See, I know people who loved it, and I don't. But that's the thing. I can't. This is weird when I say it. Superman is cool because he's Superman. I don't know. It seems
Right.
like he's not human, but he seems like he's a very human character.
Right.
But like Thor and Wonder Woman, they're too grounded in their godlike mythos that
Right.
I can't relate to them. And I think you're telling me that they're a demigod and they cannot die.
Right.
So you can if they're like Superman, you put him against the strongest person, and it's like it doesn't matter. There is no fear that this person's going to die.
But then they don't have the human side,
yeah.
so
it's
there's
just
no
like-
way to connect to the character.
Yeah, especially
get
with
that.
Thor, just the way he talked, like
Right.
you can't relate to that. It's just him swinging around a big hammer.
But to bring things full circle,
Yeah,
right? So Zeus is dead, reveals Themyscira. Hades has one other brother, and that's Poseidon.
Poseidon loves water.
When he dies, they'll discover Atlantis. That'll be your setup for Aquaman in the Justice League movie. And then when Wonder Woman defeats Hades, who's the king of hell,
Crowley.
that
Sorry.
not who is the king of hell.
Oh, okay.
He's the king of hell in this. When he dies, it'll reveal Apocalypse because Apocalypse is very hell-like.
Oh, you lost me. You lost me.
And then see, the old gods have died, and the new gods emerge.
I want to see a movie with boom tubes in it. That's all I care about.
That'd be cool.
Little
But anyway,
demons.
that's all I've got
They
on
look
the Wonder Woman.
similar to the baboons in Wizard of Oz.
So I want to talk about Wonder Woman for a second because I was reading about Wonder Woman a couple weeks ago because they were talking about it on Fat Man on Batman, I think. But the dude that created Wonder Woman also invented the lie detector. Did you guys know that? know
I
that
knew
you
that.
did. We talked about it.
Yeah, I think you
but you
told
knew it
me that.
anyway.
Yeah.
But that's crazy that she has like the lasso of truth, and the guy invented the lie detector.
When you have a theme, you stick with it.
I know.
Okay.
It works.
It's like, look, I
It
gotta
worked in the
I
comics.
gotta
Let's
put this
try it in real
everywhere.
life.
Yeah, let's okay.
I wonder which came first. I wonder if the
I-
comic
I
came
don't know.
first or the lie detector came
I'm gonna
first.
turn this into a lasso.
But here's the interesting part: the person that Wonder Woman was based on was him and his wife's girlfriend. They had a third in
that's
their
the
in their
weirdest
relationship, and yeah, like her likeness is this woman. Like I looked up pictures of her. I can't remember her name right now, but she even wears like bracelets.
No.
Yeah.
Manacles.
Yeah,
That's weird.
That's cool.
You see, I didn't know that until you told me about it, but I just think that's crazy.
yeah. I looked up. I can't remember her name, but I'm sure you could just Google it, and find it
Yeah.
really quickly. But
I don't want to. I want to live in the world where he created the lasso of truth first, and
Yeah,
then just
and
got
then
a
he's like,
lasso.
"Man,
It's
that's cool."
What can I do to make this work like in the comics? I want it to be like that instead of the other way around.
yeah.
Because then it's just a really old guy with a lasso throwing it on people.
Yeah.
Like, tell me
What
what's
do you
going
know?
on.
What's your middle name? Try to lie to me.
Trying to lie to me.
But yeah, I think that Wonder Woman would need to be grounded in the God mythos in order to explain a lasso of truth.
Yeah, and I really think that if they did that, I think people would be more accepting because,
Right.
I mean, they did it with Thor, and people scrambled to see that.
Yeah, I mean, it would need to be semi-sci-fi like Thor was,
Mm-hmm.
and then that would be help set up the new gods for Justice League. I think that Wonder Woman is your key for a Justice League film, just because of her dealing with gods, and then if you have the new gods being the villain in the Justice League.
Or you could just reveal that, like, Zeus died because of Darkseid, and he's
there's that.
become stronger because Zeus is dead. Make check pay.
But then who does she fight, though, in the whole movie?
Hades. She fights Hades because
Maybe Hades teamed with Darkseid.
Yeah, maybe Hades was hired by Darkseid, and
All right.
Darkseid was planning to be like make him die, so she kills him, and Greek gods dying all around which place.
Fair
I
enough.
like the Greek gods mythos, and like I read most of all like the Percy Jackson books.
Yeah.
Which, if you've seen like the movie, it's horrible, but the
Yeah.
books are really good.
Yeah.
The books are
Yeah,
really
they
fun
don't
to watch.
do it much justice.
No.
All right.
But Wonder Woman movie, a real thing, should be.
It could be. It's not as hard as they're making it out to be. That's for
No.
sure. Especially not
I
of
mean,
these other
freaking Marvel
characters.
is making a movie about a talking raccoon, a giant walking tree. Who isn't he voiced by Vin Diesel? I think.
Well, that I've never seen Marvel confirm anything about
That's
it.
true.
Vin keeps going on about it, but
Yeah. I wonder how much
that he wants to do the
more
motion capture.
He can do this. Yeah. Maybe that's it. He wants to. Do
He wants to do the motion capture and he wants to do the voice.
How can you do
but
the
he
motion
still wants to
capture
do
for a
another
tree?
movie.
Like, are they just going to go out and find a tree and put the little dots on it and make the wind blow around it? That would work. Yeah.
Pay money to see that.
It's windy. Oh.
It's like in Twister. They're gonna get the little orbs
The-
or whatever and put them everywhere.
Yeah, the Dorothy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With Pepsi. Is Pepsi going to be there?
I hope so.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's, I mean, literally going to be just like Twister. Like they're going to bring back Bill Paxton and
Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
She
Should
needs
Philip
that.
Seymour Hoffman be in it too?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good.
He's too good for
He's
that.
stuck in the van though.
I really enjoyed him in that movie. He was
But by now
ridiculous.
he's on top of
yeah.
the world. He may do it. We
All
could
right.
ask him.
Well, there's a
With
lot
her.
of who. There's someone really big, famous. Oh, Glenn Close is in
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But okay,
All right, moving on. We're gonna
sidetrack.
Let's just start making more scripts and we need this actor for this.
We
What
just
are they
need to
doing?
write
They're not doing
movies
anything
here.
right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, let's move on to World War Z.
Okay. Am I the only one that's seen World War Z?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I
Well, I was
haven't,
gonna
just
watch it.
haven't
That's
watched
fine.
it.
And then I read
That's cool.
reviews. So
That's cool.
Yeah, I read reviews too. And
No.
Reading
No, that's almost good
reading
because
scripts
I think the reviews were
World
just
War
from the
Z.
theatrical version.
yeah.
But I saw it when it came out, and then I saw it a second time like a week later. So it was still ingrained in my mind. And I downloaded the unrated version the other day, and it is a horse of a whole nother color. And when I say that, a lot of people gave this movie flack because of a lot of the rewrites and a lot of the many other issues that Mr. Pitt faced. But I think the scenes that they did cut out were things that people really love, like bits that people love from The Walking Dead are the things that they took out of this movie,
Like,
which
what
I
do you
think
mean
killed
exactly?
it. Like, you go to a zombie movie and you think, all right, I want to see a good level of gore, but I want to see, the drama. Well, to its strength, I think that World War Z did a really good job of facing this in a real manner. It's not just, oh, well, we're all alone in this prison, and now let's go to war with somebody. It's, how can the human race solve this, right? Well, with the movie, they just cut out any ounce of gore And it's
Well, they had to make it PG-13.
right,
Yeah.
which we had discussed that you know,
Right.
that's going to be a killer no matter what. But it's not like an outrageous level of gore. You know, with The Walking Dead, it's I'm going to run, shoot my gun with one hand, and hit a zombie in the head from 20 yards away. That shit's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But with this, it's Brad Pitt beating down a zombie with the buttstock of a rifle, like while more are coming, and it's things like that I think amped it up. I mean, when I first watched it, I said there were several scenes in there where I was just like, I actually like my heart stopped because like the sheer scope of it, and when you see how they move, the flock of them, and how many there actually are, it's breathtaking and it's cool, but. It's a shame that they cut out those scenes like that, I think, because it really is so much better.
Yeah.
So if you have a chance, watch the unrated version. It's good.
Now,
I would say that was their mistake, was doing the PG-13.
Yeah,
because
it
they were
was.
shooting for more
It
money,
was.
I'm sure.
but I'm
But
trying to think how much money they made.
if it was R-rated, I'd have probably been more likely to have seen it in theaters.
Right.
Had I known that it would have had that level of gore or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like I said, the level of gore isn't even anything outrageous, though, so it's like, I don't understand why they couldn't have kept...
Maybe for time.
Yeah, see, there's like one scene where it's pretty
there-
blatantly
there's
gory,
two things that are very important with a zombie film. It's the level of gore
Right.
and low budget.
Right.
This film had neither.
Exact opposite, yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of was alienating
but
its
see,
audience.
That's what I like, though. It's refreshing. I'm sick of,
Low budget zombie movies?
Yeah,
I'm sick of
the same
zombie
thing.
movies, honestly.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
really?
like, zombies are huge right now, and I hate it. Like, I mean, how many times can we tell the same story? Just like apocalypse movies, Like, every movie is about the apocalypse, and a lot of them have zombies in them.
It's almost like we just need to have a podcast where we predict what the next big situation event thing is for next summer. Like, yeah.
That could
the
be fun.
apocalypse zombie thing's been going on for years. So.
Superhero zombies?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman zombie
Like-
film.
What was I going to say? I don't even remember now.
The how much money they made? Did you find that?
They made what? It says the whole overall box office was a little over $530 million, and it was $190 million budget.
Okay.
So I mean, they
That's
made
world?
bank.
Yeah.
Global?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, honestly, my biggest beef with this movie is they took the book World War Z, which is awesome, and they just used the title for
And threw
this
the book
Okay.
out.
Yeah,
Okay,
threw the
okay.
book out.
For that, though, the way they ended it, it's almost a prequel to the book, because I've read the
Really?
book, and I would
Okay.
think if they were going to do a sequel, they'd have to do it spot on to the book, and they could.
See-
Like, they've drawn a couple scenes from the book, and they'd have to do it while now we're looking back,
Yeah.
the war's over, because this is just, day one of the war.
Yeah.
So, like, I know, and that's a lot of it, too. A lot of
Yeah.
people got really angry about that, and that's understandable, but
Yeah, fans of the book were out.
I think you have to look at it like that, it's, they're just going to use the name, but
The book is really interesting, and I think
it
they
is,
kinda-
it's a great book.
Yeah, like jump on your point, Lawrence, of just being like zombie overload and apocalypse overload. Like
Yeah.
World War Z would be great for that because it's almost as if you could just treat it as it's World War III, but it just happens to be the enemy
Right, that
as
enemy
zombies.
is just, undead.
Yeah, and like the book talks about like there's actually like underwater zombies and like
Yeah.
there are certain countries that are completely quarantined off because there's just too many zombies for them to deal with, and it's this
Yeah.
constant fight, and that's really interesting.
It's kind of after, though, right? The book?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
after
it's
the
in
events?
yeah. This guy's going around, kind of interviewing
And clearing out
survivors
as like a
and things.
documentary style
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which, I guess you're right. It could sequel
Yeah.
could be like that. But
I know the book touches so many themes. I mean,
I watched the honest trailer of World War Z, which
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend everyone to watch honest trailers of different movies. and
Especially
how-
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yes, and how it should have ended.
Yes.
Little things as
I
well.
love how it should have ended.
I
I like
do
the
too.
honest trailers too, though.
Like honest trailers made me laugh because like there are multiple things they pointed out in World War Z about how like Brad Pitt can get away from things because of just like random like silly things happen. Like he's running away from zombies and here's a random family in a building like, oh, come in here.
Yeah.
And he just gets away. And
yeah.
what was it like? Oh, they're making fun of like how was this movie ever I wonder how they could afford this movie. And there's a long shot of Brad Pitt drinking like a Pepsi Max in front of a vending machine that's nothing but Pepsi.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
that's why. Okay,
That's
that
how
makes
they
sense.
pay
there it goes. All right.
Well, it's like Transformers.
yeah.
God.
Or Man of Steel with their Sears and IHOP.
Oh man.
Oh man, I really wanted some IHOP after that.
I saw a picture of what's supposed to be like the Turtles sewers
layer, and it's all Pizza Hut boxes.
It's like they have a couch made out of Pizza Hut boxes
and
That's great.
and a coffee table.
and a coffee table. Yeah, like
Well, you
all
have to have
Pizza Hut's
you
products
got to
is
furnish the whole
hardcore.
match
sewer.
set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, that's awful. So, Jordan, what do you got for us? World's End there? Or?
Yeah,
Now, is this another apocalypse movie
It
with
is,
a title like World's End?
it is, but
So
Lawrence is
are
going to
we-
be mad.
Are we saying spoilers here, or are we trying to do a spoiler free?
well, I'll do spoiler free, and then we'll say spoilers because there's parts of this movie you can't talk about without revealing the twist, which you find out really
Right,
early
but I mean, the
on.
twist is in the trailer,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
So
So, pretty much a little background. This is the third movie and kind of the end of the unofficial trilogy of Edgar Wright. Meaning the first one would be Shaun of the Dead, second Hot Fuzz, now The World's End. And Edgar Wright is really cool about taking a genre and in a way flipping it on its head or doing something really fresh to it. And The World's End is just all about it's got like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Martin Freeman and pretty much any really well-known current British actor is going to be in it. And it's just about kids when they were 18, they were in their hometown and they tried to do this epic bar crawl, which was like 10 pubs, 12 pubs, yeah. And just have a drink there and go on to the next one. And they didn't finish it when they were kids, but the night was amazing. And so the main character, Simon Pegg, gets everyone together to try and do it again, but they're all kind of
because that was like they all kind of have their own life, but like that was the highlight of Simon Pegg's life. That was that was the best day of his life.
Yeah, and so he just wants to do it again, and he gets everyone together, and there's bad blood between all of them, and they work on that throughout the whole movie. But, and like you said, Lawrence, and they say in the trailer, they go back to the town, and they find out that everyone is robots. And it's like they have to survive it because they don't want to be killed by robots. And all the while, they're still going from pub to pub to pub. And it makes me laugh how they justify it in the movie, because it really is just like, well, we can't leave because we're all drunk and we can't drive like back to London. So the only plan is
finish it out.
we might as well finish it out. And
Good for them.
Yeah,
Good for them.
They're just
I
like,
mean,
we're gonna keep doing it.
You know, I work with people like that.
That's
You know what? We're about to die, but we're going to keep drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful and it's hilarious and it's really interesting to see just that idea of some people really live in the past and that's the glory days of them, and there are other people that move forward and want to forget the past and it was a bad thing for them. But I love the movie. Lawrence, you saw it with me as well. What did you
I
think
really
of
liked it. Yeah, it was funny. It was really good. I liked it.
It looked really funny. The trailer made it look awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun the entire time. Like, there's never a moment where you feel like it's really dull.
Yeah.
And, like, there are certain action scenes in it which are really fun to watch. But
I love Nick Frost in it.
yes,
you
Nick
can't go
Frost makes
wrong
that
with-
movie, in my opinion.
Yeah. I like the whole trilogy. I love Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead.
I hope that, like, in a year we get, like, a Blu-ray trilogy of those movies. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about one really, really interesting thing about the movie, and I will say spoiler
Okay,
for people that are
spoilers.
listening. Yeah, so if you don't want to know big things about this movie, step away for like 10 or 15 seconds. But the really, really cool thing about I totally dug about this movie is that they find out the whole town is being taken over by robots. But it's not as if the robots are trying to take over the world. They're almost like an intergalactic peacekeeping thing that is trying to kind of...
They're bringing us technology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, they're responsible for a lot of the technological advancements that we have today.
Is that why you're talking about the iPhone?
Yeah. And
Yeah. It's... It makes me laugh. They make the internet.
so
in cell
so
phones.
they're trying to convince them that this isn't a bad thing, you know.
Yeah.
That they're only replacing a few integral people, and then they're going to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
But then, like, they say, you know, how many people have you already replaced in this town? And it's like almost everybody. There's like
What, 3?
yeah, there are very few people left. in this
It's
town.
like kind of the size of Evansville, maybe something like that. But and it's hilarious because like they hear this, like these robots or these beings have brought us the internet and better technology and medicine and everything like that. And then like Nick Frost and Simon Pegg and the main character is just like, no, F you. Like, this is terrible. It's wonderful. It's really, really fun.
Bad idea.
The ending was, I did not see the ending coming at all. Like, I did not expect it to go the way it did, and I liked it for that. It was really interesting because, it's the world's end. It's about an apocalypse, but you don't really. It's interesting how he goes about that, the little twist at the end. But I highly recommend anyone, if you like funny movies, you don't even have to see the first two movies that we talked about to really enjoy it. It's standalone. It's wonderful. It's a good time. So, yeah. So World's End. I think it's still in theaters. I probably will be for another couple more weeks.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll definitely have to check it out. And now, Lawrence, you've got the iPhone 5S
and 5C. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the 2 new iPhone models that they announced this week. I don't really have a lot to say about them. I was hoping that maybe you guys would have some to do. You own an iPhone,
I have an iPhone 5, yes.
Do you have an iPhone?
No.
Okay.
He wishes he had an iPhone.
Do you wish you had an iPhone?
Sometimes. Not
What
always.
kind of phone do you have?
Always. I have a Motorola.
Which one? I mean, which model?
It's the Milestone X2.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty old.
Yeah. It was good at
I mean,
first.
as far as phones
just
go,
going
it's
down.
pretty old.
Yeah.
Well, the crappy
Nowadays.
thing about phones is like you.
Right, it's like 3
Yeah,
years old.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
got it last
Ancient.
year, so now it's just all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
No, I work with
decade
a
old.
guy, and he has the iPhone 4. He got it
4 or 4S.
just the 4.
Okay.
He got the 4 when it came out, and he refuses to upgrade to the next iPhone because he doesn't think that they've added anything that's that great.
Yeah. Except for the worst part is they've added 4G, since the
Yeah.
iPhone 4,
Oh, yeah.
which is
That's
a
the only reason I upgraded.
giant
to the
speed
5.
improvement.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. My question for you, Lawrence, is that what is the difference between 5S and 5C?
Like, a lot, honestly. I mean, the thing... But now ask me the difference between an iPhone 5 and a 5C. Colors. That's
Really?
the difference
That's the
between
only-
a 5 and a 5C, basically.
colors.
Like, they basically
teenage girls are on
repackaged the
board,
5
Okay.
and called it a 5C. They made it a little bit cheaper. But yeah, there's...
So they
that's
come
about
in
it.
different colors?
The 5C does. I mean,
Yeah.
they both do. But the 5C has, like, quite a few colors. Like, 6 or 7 different colors, I think. And the 5S has 3 different colors.
So it's for teenage girls
Yeah.
then.
So instead of
Right.
buying an iPhone 5 and then
And
getting
it's
the
really
colored
cheap.
case,
So,
you
yeah,
just
it's
get it
good
colored.
for kids, I mean, that are kind of hard on phones because it's cheap. But the 5S is actually a big improvement. They've upgraded to a 64-bit processor, which is kind of awesome. Have you guys seen, like, the fingerprint scanner? How you unlock your phone is with your fingerprint now.
That is pretty cool.
Which, if that works as well as they say it does, that'll be pretty great because I hate having to type my password in every single time I want to unlock my phone.
Well, the interesting thing to me about that is that they were talking not right away because they need apps and people to catch up to it, but they would love to have it as not only can you just touch it with your finger and it unlocks, but like to pay like your bank bill or pay any kind of bill at all.
Yeah.
Like you just thumbprint and you can just pay it.
That'd be neat.
I mean, I would really like that.
Yeah, that would be convenient.
I mean, because we're even more getting into it. Like, I only have 2 bills that I don't pay online.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
my rent and utilities, which
Yeah.
Fairfield's
Because
changing
Fairfield
that soon.
sucks so bad.
They're changing it, though. They've talked about making it
But they
where
don't even take
utilities
debit
would be
cards,
online.
do they?
No, but if they do online pay, I'm sure they can
Right,
do
they'll have
debit
to.
cards as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. But that was my question. Actually, I'm curious about you guys because we kind of all know the big changes from iPhone to the next iPhone, the next and next. But since Steve Jobs has passed away, have you guys felt like the next advancements from current iPhone to the next one have really kind of dialed down?
Well, I think all phones kind of have. I mean,
Really?
honestly, and even like computers are the same way.
Mm-hmm.
There for a while, every year, when the new computers would come out, like there was dramatic speed increases and stuff like that. But I feel like that's not really the case anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the i7s, have been out for a while now.
Yeah, they've been out for 2-3 years now. maybe more.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'd say that this is probably the longest that I can remember that a processor has been, like, on top, since, like, the Pentium 2, you know, like, was the last time that something has been new for that long. Mm-hmm. The 5S compared to the 5 is not that big of an improvement, other than the 64-bit processor. They've made the camera comparable to other cameras that are out now.
Yeah.
You know, because the iPhone 5 camera was kind of a letdown.
I won't argue that with you. It's not that great.
Yeah, one of the big new things is like the FaceTime audio, right? Which is basically you can make calls on FaceTime. You don't have to. You don't.
Oh,
it's
really?
not video. It's just audio only FaceTime calls.
Okay.
So yeah, like if you're at home on your Wi-Fi, you can basically make free calls. But with Verizon going to the
only
share
on
everything
iPhone,
plan
not iPhone.
now, everybody basically has unlimited minutes anyway. You know. But yeah.
Well, yeah,
iPhone,
but
iPhone.
that's the thing. Like Verizon,
iPhone to
from
iPad
Verizon to
or
Verizon, it's 3
iPhone to-
minutes. But iPhone's now on. It used to be iPhone was only AT&T, and then it was
Right.
only AT&T and Verizon. Now it's on Sprint.
And
It's on
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. It's
and
getting everywhere.
Straight Talk has iPhones.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get iPhones on any carrier now, basically.
But I mean, I think the audio FaceTime thing would be a much bigger deal whenever the iPhone first came out, and it was a huge thing.
Yeah.
I really feel like now that the advancements, I guess just in phones in general, aren't so far leaps ahead that people will say, "Oh, I want that because it's got 20 new features compared to the new HTC phone that only has 10."
Right. But,
So
yeah, I'd say that the selling point is the fingerprint scanner because really, in the 64-bit processor, if they start getting a lot of developers that will work on 64-bit apps and
Yes,
stuff, you know,
yes.
because without that, that's basically worthless.
But is it enough? If a new person coming in that wants an iPhone and they have a choice between 5S or the 5C, is it
$100 price difference for the
$100
lowest model, or more if you
Yeah.
can find it cheaper.
So is
on 5C.
$100 enough to say that I want the fingerprint thing, and hope that in the next year or two that people release apps and things
Right.
that would take advantage of that?
I would upgrade to the 5S. If I was going to buy a new phone, 5S or a 5C,
Yeah.
I would spend the extra money to get the 5S just because of the possibilities, you know, with the... If I was going to choose between a 5 and a 5C, I would probably choose a 5, you know? I would go 5S just because of the fingerprint scanner is going to be good. I mean, they bought, I can't even remember what, Authentic or something, you know? Some company that's what they did was made biometric identification.
Yeah.
And so I think it's probably pretty good. But a lot of people are having problems with iOS 7 right now. I'm sure that there will be
That's what I
some
was gonna say.
updates pretty soon that fix all that. Have you upgraded?
I have. Just last night I upgraded to the iOS 7, the new software for it, and it visually, it is distinctly different from
Yeah.
iOS 6.
My niece said that it reminds her more of an Android phone than...
Honestly, looking at it, it almost looks like a weird baby of Windows OS and then, or Windows Phone OS and then Android OS. And it's okay. There are certain things on there that I really like. Like before, it's much better at multitasking. Where if you've had an iPhone before, it would be like, I'm hearing text messages and I'm texting about what time this movie's playing. Okay, well I need to double click my home screen so I can go over to my Flickster app and find out what it is. But now, if you double tap it, it gives you all the apps you have open and almost like the screen of what it looks like when you last closed it. So
nice.
You don't have to enter a completely new app. It's on hold. You can quickly see it and then go right back to it.
So right. It's more like Android
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a lot cleaner and a lot smoother. And I feel like maybe iPhone is getting more and more away from that rigid, hey, that's great that they all
single
do this.
desk.
Yeah.
Then,
we do our own thing and everyone
Right.
else does something else.
well, it's about time that they started doing stuff like everybody else. You know, they're always stubborn in the last. You know, and yeah, I've got a Galaxy S3, and it's even kind of old. You know, as far as phones go at this point, the S4 is out.
Yeah.
But my phone, I can have two apps running at once. I can be viewing two apps at once. You know. So why can't I have two apps running on every device? You know,
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to look online while I'm texting. You know, and on my S3, which is a couple years old, I can do that. I can have my email or whatever up top and my text message at bottom. I want to be able to do that on every phone.
And really, I mean, we're getting to the point now in technology that, like you said, every phone has a processor that's able to do something like that. So, I don't know. I would love to kind of be within this, the company, well, not just Apple, but in the business of making a phone like that, because I would like to see how much of it is like, here's the end of where we want this phone to be, but when we come to release, we're going to just release it with these basic features, and then over time, we're going to release it so we can keep people buying
with
this
updates.
phone.
Well, yeah. And, I mean, 5S, definitely an update. Is it enough to make me buy an iPhone? No.
Looking at it, I just got the iPhone 5 in, August? And I knew, and Apple's very, very vocal about every single year at around, like, September, October, we're going to release a new phone. And I could have waited to that, but I looked, and every article I'd read, it was just speculation, but they'd said, the only thing that we know is going to be on there is the fingerprint scanner.
Right.
But as far as that, it doesn't look like there's going to be much more advancements. Other than
there's really not.
A better processor, better camera. But to me, that doesn't warrant me to say, well, I'm going to wait 2 extra months just so I can pay an extra $100 more to get a better camera.
Right.
I don't take...
wait 2 extra months and then save $100 on your iPhone 5 would have been an equally good option.
That's true. But... yeah, well, if anyone is decided that they're going to get the new iPhone 5S, then they like it or dislike it, feel free to let us know in the comments what you guys think of it.
Yeah, convert me to an iPhone fanboy.
Also,
I've been contemplating buying an iPhone for, I don't know, over a year now. Yeah. Ever since the iPhone 5 first came out. I thought, you know what, they got 4G now, I might try it out. I've had an Android phone since the original Droid.
Yeah.
It might be time to try something new. But I know the iPhone, I have an iPod Touch. That's basically an iPhone that I can't call people from. And to me, it's not worth it. I don't like that I have to close one app to open another app. I don't know. I like how quickly I can switch back and forth with my phone or have multiple things running at once. And I like the customizability of Android as opposed to iPhone. You look at an iPhone, you look at anyone's iPhone, and they're all identical.
Yeah.
Your first screen, you've got, everything that everybody else has on their home screen.
Yeah.
On mine, you look at my phone, I almost guarantee you there's no one that has the same things on their home screen as I do.
Yeah. They've messed with it a little bit as far as making it easier to search for apps and to navigate through it, but I don't know. I agree with you. It's still very rigid compared to especially Android phones.
Yeah.
Just listeners, be sure to comment on iPhone and where they're headed. Also, if you have any Wonder Woman movie ideas or other superhero movie ideas, be sure to comment on those.
I think we need to get this triad thing in there. We need to make that part of the movie. Be like this guy and his wife have a girlfriend, and she becomes Wonder Woman.
That would be wonderful.
If you saw World War Z, comment on that. Give us what you thought. And
I'll watch World War Z.
Yeah, I'll watch it as well.
And we'll comment on it next time.
Yeah. Go out and watch, go out and buy World War Z, watch that, go out and see The World's End in theaters, go out and buy an iPhone.
Got lots of homework.
Go out and write a Wonder Woman script.
Warner
Brothers.
Don't stand in line for your iPhone, just wait. Yeah. It'll still be there. Yeah. They won't run out. Yeah. They will make more.
They will give you more.
I mean, there's no sense in it. It's a phone.
You don't have to wait, and then when it's ready, it's at your door.
Just shows up. Yeah. I think at this point it's like mid-October, but it's
for the next wave of them.
Yeah. They're sold out online.
Okay. Mid-October is really not that far away.
No, it's not.
Only 3 weeks, roughly.
All right. So, well, be sure to comment. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and like and subscribe on YouTube.
Bye-bye.